Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here and welcome back to another episode of Leicester Reborn. In today's episode, we have got a massive away game against Watford at Vicarage Road in one of the hardest games that you can have in the Championship. With that being mentioned and with that being said, if you are enjoying the new content of the new save, give it a like and hit the subscribe button. You also will be, not accustomed to not knowing. I mention it every episode. I'm currently live on Twitch, so if you ever want to watch any of this stuff live or the VODs, links down below to my Twitch channel. Go hit the follow button and enjoy that and get the notifications when we go live there. With that being said, things have been going swimmingly well here at Leicester. We are definitely proving that we are the best side, I feel, in the Championship. If you have a look at the season preview and Media Dream 11, apart from two players, Ismaila Sarr, who played today in Orsic, who's at Southampton, the rest of the Media Dream 11 say that we have got the best team in the land. They're also telling me Harry Souttar's our best player. Probably is. The guy has been fantastic at centre-back. 3 goals, 7 appearances, 7.54. He has been next level as well. Drewsbury Hall is another one. He's been fantastic in the middle of the park, ticking things over. Has got 7 assists in 8 games because he takes our dead balls. He's another one that we have to speak about. With that being said, without further ado, how do you think we've gone since we last met, which was Norwich? We were 1-0 down. We went ballistic. We actually played Watford. Watford have only lost 1 game domestically all year. Us in the Cabaret Cup. We semi-rotated, they fully rotated. We pumped them 8-1. That is correct. We beat them 8-1 in the Cabaret Cup. If you have a look there, they lined up in a 5 at the back. Ismaila Sarr did start. Kone Andrada was in there too, and we absolutely pumped them. They did score a goal in the 78th minute. Sprilla setting it up, who normally would start for him as well. We were ballistic. From there, we beat Bristol 2-0, Stoke 4-0, and Sheffield United 3-0, which means we've only conceded 3 goals all year, which means the data hub, ladies and gentlemen, looks like so. We're expected to be top with 4 more points than where we should be at the moment as well, which is great. 26 XG, 5 more than that, only conceding 2 under our goals, which is perfect as well. Whenever I see that screen as the big 3, you're always in a good spot. And that's the main thing. Southampton is someone we have to worry about, though, when we eventually pay them. Defensively, do not concede many goals themselves either, and are doing very well. But Watford are performing ahead of their numbers in goals and are ahead of their points as well. Probably conceding 1 or 2 many goals there. But look, they're a team that are going to be in and around this season to fight for the automatic promotion spots. Still, things are kind of, match up as they should. Leicester, Southampton, Leeds, Norwich and Watford are kind of expected to finish sort of around that when we get to the back end of the season as well. Now, without further ado, let's get straight into it. We've got Chris Wilder's Vicarage Road Sky Bet Championship, Watford away from home. Let's get into it. In terms of the team, we're in a pretty good spot. Alex Smith is still out for the massive long-term injury, nearly back. But on top of that, though, the rest of the team has had a pretty good time of it. We've definitely been rotating in and out and giving numbers and minutes to players that we can. But without further ado, let's get into this game. Meslier is in goal. Castagna, Harry Souttar, Sarr, and Luke Thomas, they've all looked fantastic at the back. Drewsbury Hall and Wilfred Ndidi in the middle of the park. Harvey Barnes on the right of Alex Scott, who, look, this kid is special. He's fantastic, and he's only going to get better. 5 goals, 3 assists in 8 games. Yes, the Championship's too easy. Lucas Moura as well. I bought him as a backup player. 3 goals, 5 assists in 6 starts. Yeah, he's fantastic as well. The last thing, Patson Daka has come out the side today for Jamie Vardy, mainly because Vardy had a bit of a party in the 8-1, I think, by memory. Secondly, Patson Daka, 6.4 in the last game. Jamie Vardy, on the other hand, if we click on Vardy, Damien, not Patson Daka, well, we'll eventually get there. If you have a look at his form, when he plays, he plays. We've got 5 against Watford. So, repeat, please? Yes, please. If we pump and pummel and win this game easily, my next episode is going to be Southampton, and that's probably about it, because we might as well just blitz through as many games as possible, because things aren't getting too interesting here. But yeah, let's see how we are lining up against us today. Backman's in goals, so they've made that change, getting their first choice keeper back in. Wesley Hoyert's back in as well, who doesn't have the pace, but is not bad. Similar sign running forward, Tom Cleverley, I don't think played last time. Ismaila Sarr still up front though with Aranjo. Telling you straight away, if Ismaila gets upset or we have a lot of money, which we do to spend, he might not be the worst backup player to bring to the bench if we sell Iheanacho, who has been good, but is been whatever. I've got to take the form as a pinch of salt really in the Championship. No matter, as long as we keep the team consistent in who we pick, players that we bring in are just going to score goals. So, if we have a pretty much a full string side and Iheanacho plays one of the games, then yeah. Look, Vicarage Road is a hard place to come in the Championship. They're pretty much a yo-yo club, are Watford. Most times they're not. And we'll expect to see them in the Premier League at some point in this save. People have often asked in the chat, what's the long-term goal with this save? Look, for me, it's to win the Champions League and win the Premier League, obviously. But the initial period is, can we build a very young, very English, homegrown-based side that can grow and develop for the 5-6 years together to get to the Premier League title? And then, obviously, from there, filter that into Champions League glory. We might even win the Champions League first, who knows? And then on top of that, eventually when this save is over and done, I'm probably going to play this as my long-term stream save anyway. In the end, Backman's let one in. Vardy's headed out the back stick. We're the best team in the Championship by a mile. And this part of the save is going to be very easy. We're not going to come through too much adversity this season, I feel. Next year, it's going to be interesting to see what we do when we're back in the Premier League. I'm very much under the illusion that we're going to win the league this year, and I think we're going to win it easily. Famous last words before Watford beat me 2-1 out of nowhere now. And it's a free kick, so Watford do have a chance, and Sema's okay over a dead ball. Now look, Meslier, he's a world-class keeper, and he was sprawling there, was Meslier. But still at 1-0. World-class maybe a bit of a stretch when you're in the Championship, but Meslier is fantastic. Anyway, a very even game. Watford actually keeping us very honest here at Vicarage Road. So not all our own way. Very even in terms of statistics there. But we're the team leading 1-0 and we're the team with the goal, and that's all that matters. Now, the five at the back here. Backman looks long. Can we win that in the air? We do find Castagne. Mistake. Ismaila Sarr's quick. Meslier, the 17 1-on-1. Bails us out. Keeps his clean sheet run intact. And, Ismaila Sarr really should have finished. And that's the danger. That's what Watford will do in the Championship. They'll look long, they'll look direct, and they'll look to exploit the speed and the space in behind, and look to release Sarr in behind Harry Souttar, who does not have the speed. But that's fine. Anyway, 5-1 at the moment. 5-1. 1-0, 5 shots, 1 on target at the moment at halftime. 1-0 up. Things are going on swimmingly. Let me know in the comment section down below. Was Bairstow out? Was that in the spirit of cricket? I'm going to tell you he's out. He's gone, and that's the rules, mate. Stay in the crease until it's called over. And was thrown in one motion. I had to bring it up. As an Aussie, I had to bring it up as Castagne hits the bar. And it's going to be still 1-0. Now, 55 minutes played. Things are looking good, but, we do have some tiredest legs out there. Thomas came back from international break, not the best of the game either. Wilfred and Dindy, they had Drewsbury Hall. And into Castagna, drives, cuts it, falls to Vardy, 2-0. Jamie Vardy having a party. He might just have to be our new long-term striker up front because, not new long-term because he's been here for ages, but, the plan was to play Patson Daka because the star rating says he's better. Jamie Vardy just scores every chance he gets, and, there we go. It's 2-0, 60 minutes played. Luke Thomas looks dead, so we are going to bring in Victor Christensen. With that as well, Harvey Barnes not having the best of game, nor is Lucas Moura. So I'm actually going to get Iheanacho in on the other side. And with that as well, I think we're only going to do 2 changes this early. I don't like unsettling the team too much. So far, 2-0 up, things are ticking away nicely. Mangala Sarr finds Castagne. He drives with it. Castagne now, going with it. Can cut it. Goes back to Harry Souttar. Ball inside, looks on. Instead, Harry goes channel, which is, generally what Harry Souttar does. He's not the ball-playing centre-back. He's the guy that will just knock it around when needed. Ismaila Sarr gets inside here, hits one from distance. Meslier's keeping not the greatest, and just like that, it's 2-1. And look, I don't really have big amounts of speed back here, but I think we have to bring Johnny Evans on for Harry Souttar because it's the first time he's been found out. And Samar is going to come in for Drewsbury Hall, and we're going to go like that, and we're going to go to deep line playmaker and support with Drewsbury Hall out the other side as well. 2-1 for, it's only the 4th goal all year we've conceded. There is a lot of games first half of the year because of the World Cup, of course, as well. But so far, things have been okay. 68 minutes played. We make our changes. It's the first time I've had to drag a defender out of, like, you're having a bit of a bath. Ismail Assar is definitely keeping us on our toes. Now, Johnny Evans looks for Mangala Assar. He finds Harvey Barnes. Ball looking for Vardy. Bit long. Alex Scott does well, wins it, but gives it away. I've got a feeling Watford are about to come back into this. Asprilla's on, Castagne wins, Iheanacho now. Samar looks for the channel of Harvey Barnes. It's a great ball straight to him. Barnes, can he finish? Iheanacho's offside by a mile. Why on earth are you standing behind the keeper when the ball's going in? Oh, it's counted and it's 3-1. Okay, I shut up now, Iheanacho. Good goal. 3-1. I thought he was off. Anyone else thought he was offside? He's behind Harvey Barnes, so he's definitely not offside. I just, straight away, I was like, why on earth have you tapped this in? He's onside by about like this much, so need to be quiet. Cleverly, whippage, headed away, loser, Asprilla could hit him, and in the end, tackle falls Ismail Assar, and it's in, Meslier scores again. This is not the first time I've had to do this. Is the first time I've had to do this, boys, but look, I think we need to start time wasting. I think we need to start time wasting, lads. Kelchi Iheanacho up front with Jamie Vardy, that's fine. Alex Scott's going to come off. Tete's going to come in here, like for like. And 4-4-2 it. 4-4-2 in time to time waste. Time ticks away. Sometimes you don't play your best and sometimes you need to grind it out. I am going to say at least the two games I've given you for YouTube here in the Championship, bar the opening day, have been Norwich were 1-0 down for the first time. And that's the first game in the league where we've conceded 2 goals. So I'm glad that the both YouTube games have given you YouTube, if that sentence makes sense. Just glad that both live comm games have been good games. If you look at the stats, Watford can take a lot of solace out of that. We look like the best team in the Championship, and we had the same amount of shots with very similar possession. I will say it was two different philosophies. One was very much get direct and get in behind, which nothing wrong with that, especially with the lack of pace I do have at the back, and us playing our expansive football. But look, 1-3-2, we got away over it. I'm pretty happy with that. I thought we were, a decent value for the win at stages. Jamie Vardy with a brace. Even when you're not playing your best and when you win, it's fantastic. So it means 10 games played, 30 points. We've won our first 10. It's a fantastic time to be a Leicester City fan, apart from being in the Championship and you were in Europe a couple of years ago, but there you go. With that being said, we're very much on track to make it back to the Premier League. Now, next episode, it's probably going to be not even Leeds. I'm probably going to come back for Southampton, which is a long way away, in November. And that's before we go to the World Cup. And the reason is we come back for that game at home against one of the favourites to come up with us. We can recap a big amount of this run. And it also means we can have a view to where do we sit in relation to the World Cup break as well. Because obviously we'll come back in December after a month. We will have a couple of players, I feel, at the World Cup, but not a lot. Which means that, who would be at the World Cup? Let's have a think. Harvey Barnes might go with England. Mangala Assar probably goes. Meslier may go with France. And I think if they go deep, we actually play games in the Championship. If that's the case, that could cause a little bit of an issue. But yeah, look, rest of that and the rest of the side looks fantastic. We've got Plymouth in 4 days. That should be a win. YouTube, thank you very much for watching this episode. It's been a little bit wordy. But look, 10 games played, 10 wins. We look fantastic. Even in the games we don't play well, we're winning. I'm very happy. So are you. Thank you and goodbye.